Hello friend, how are you? I hope that all of you are fine. Today I am going to talk about a very important subject, that is the guilt. What is the guilt and how it happens and what should be our thought process regarding to the guilt. The feeling of guilt is not uncommon. Each and everybody has some feeling of guilt inside them. And that guilt can be of various nature. That guilt can be due to any habit which that particular person thinks that is not good or it is not shareable. Again, the guilt can be due to any past deed. Anybody can have the thought that why that particular thing has happened from my side or from my own habit. So the guilt can also be related to any past deed, which may be crime in nature, may be heinous in nature, may be somewhat of that nature. And the guilt can also be related to non-performance in public domain. Some people used to work in the office or work in somewhere in organization, and there if he is not able to perform compared to his colleague, then also guilt can happen. The guilt can also be some of the allegation that is leveled against you in your family or with your friends or any your relative. Sometimes it happens that your family member can allege you that you are lethargic, you are non-performing, or you are not so good. So this type of allegation can be there in anybody's life, and it can also be the reason of guilt. The guilt can also be related to comparison in the society. If somebody is earning more in the society, somebody has more name and fame in the society, which you consider that is non-desirable, or you consider yourself more desirable, in spite of that you are not able to achieve that height in the life, then it can also be the reason of guilt. So these are some of the reason, but not all the reason. But in totality, the guilt itself says that it is a level of feeling in your life, inside your mind, inside your body, which tease you, which poke you, which slowly and gradually make you non-performing, make you not to realize the happiness, not to realize the surroundings, and it is an introvert in nature. You will not share with anybody, but you will be fighting with that. You will be sometimes accepting that, sometimes you will not accept that thing, but continuously you will have to go with it. It will remain with you. So in long run, this particular guilt can happen in any of the disease also, because internally it will harm you. Internally it make you non-performing. Internally it will not certify you as a successful person, as a good person. So it can be the basis, it can be the reason for the various disease also. So what I want to say you that guilt is, in short, in word term, is negative in nature. Of course, it is the cause for various malfunctions. Some of in the nature of disease, some of in the nature of performance, some of nature of acceptance, some of some of the nature of other types. But in totality, it is negative in nature. Now, what should be the psychology? What should be our treatment towards the guilt? That is the big question. First of all, the guilt has to do with the past. Try to understand the nature of the guilt. The guilt has to do with the past. That time has already been passed out. So you have to think that the time, the things, the deed which has gone, how you can correct it? The big question is that, because that nowhere exists. If you want to look it, if you want to feel it, if you want to show it someone else, you will not be possible. It is not a possible. So that particular thing has gone. It has gone into the history. It is gone into the air, water, fire, all the panch tattva. So you can't do it. The things has gone. So why unnecessarily you are carrying that particular thing with you? The first important thing that you have to think that it has to do with your past. And the things has gone. Now the second approach is that there is lots new in your life. You will see that the guilt is the nature of years and years back. Maybe 10 years, 20 years, maybe more than that, or more, even 2 years, 3 years. And the time has gone. The time has passed. Lots and lots new things are in your life. New relationships, new people, new place, new organization. So why unnecessarily you are carrying that guilt? Why don't you accept the new things which has to do much in your life, which is offering much happening in your life? So this is another viewpoint related to the guilt, that much newer thing is there in your life. You accept it, you go with it, you enjoy with it. Why unnecessarily you are carrying the baggage of emotions which is related to the guilt? So this is another approach related to the guilt. Now the next important approach with the guilt is that observe the person, observe the things for which you have the guilt. If it is related to some of the relations, some of the person, some of the place, some of the people, go and observe it. That the amount which you are holding inside your body, that you have ditched some person, and observe his life, observe his smiling, observe his intermingling into the new relationship, whether the same amount of regret and remorse is there on that person's face, or he is suffering that you are not in his life. If it is so, then the guilt is quite natural, normal. But if it is not, then why unnecessarily you are feeling the guilty? If something happens in any place, any location, go and see whether that place and location has changed or not, whether some new plants has grown in that place or not, new construction has been built in that particular place or not, some new development is there or not in that particular place. If that place has changed in certain interval of time, then why unnecessarily you are carrying that guilt with you? So the guilt has to do with the location also, place also. Go and observe it. This is also a way to come out of this guilty feeling. Now the next important thing related to outcome of the guilt is that if you have read some scripture, some holy scripture, and there you have read that there are some practices through which you can come out of the guilt, like you sacrifice some of the thing, you give donation to some organization, or you narrate your story to some priest or some father in the church, then you can also apply this thing to come out of guilt. Confession is an important part. So if confession helps you to come out of this guilty feeling, then you can try it. And if it works, then what's bad? Anything that work in your life which give quality improvement in your life, then what is bad with it? So go and confess your guilt in front of anybody, in front of any senior, in front of family member, in front of friend, in front of any teacher which you regard. And if it make you to relieve your stress or relieve your weight, of guilt, then that will be helpful. Again, this is the procedure. And again, if any of the process does not work, then you can also try to change your organization. If that particular guilt is related to any particular organization where you are still working, or any of the particular location where you still living, then you can try by changing that. You change organization, you change your place, you change the relationship. If it is related to relationship, then again I think that it will help you to came out of the guilt. So this can be tried. This is also a technique. You can also change your city, and if it is possibility, you can start a new beginning. It can also help. Again, the next important thing is that if you have no idea how all this will work, then time is the biggest judge. Accept your guilt and continue your life. The time will sort out all the problem. The time will kill each and everything that is related to your life. Each and everything means that is negative in your life. So, be normal, be common, and let the things decide by the time. Don't do anything. That is also a good solution. If you have applied any of the method and you have not got the solution, or still you are facing the problem, then left the thing on the time. The time will judge, that time will provide you the solution, and believe the judgment of the time is the best and the perfect one. This is also a way to come out of guilt. So these were some of the steps, some of the things, and much more points can be added to it. But I think that these are some strong points. Besides, you can involve yourself in alternate method. If somebody, any procedure, any activity let you feel guilt, then you can apply some alternate method. You can engage qualitatively in other activity. That can also help you out. And also don't forget to practice your own thought process. If some thought process comes to your mind and that particular thought process says you that it will help you to come out of your grief and guilt, then you should experiment with it. That will help you in your life. So I think that we have discussed some of the important points related to this guilt, and I always expect that you will subscribe to the channel, and you will also comment whatever you think in your mind. And again, we will meet with some more important topic. Till then, bye bye.